Alrighty, everybody, today's the day. The Lionel 2022 catalog. This promises to be one of their best catalogs they've ever done. So we're going to see if it lives up to the hype. Here we go. So this is going to be my overview of the highly anticipated Lionel 2022 catalog. I'm basically just going to go through it with you guys and point out some of the locomotives and new things that they have in here. I will be giving my opinions on stuff and what I'm interested in and what I'm hoping to be able to pre-order. Now, keep in mind, these are my opinions, and if you guys know me, especially my friends, I have some really strong opinions with some of the stuff Lionel does. Now, some of them are good, some of them are bad. My biggest pet peeve with them is their fantasy schemes. I feel like some of them are just not thought out, and they're just ugly, so I'm hoping there's not a whole lot of that in here, or if there is, they're actually really well done fantasy schemes, so fingers crossed for that. I will let you guys know the stuff that I'm looking into pre-ordering, hopefully. And, well, that's it, guys. So let's start it off here. The Lionel 2022 catalog, and as you can tell, right smack dab in the middle is the poster child, the Norfolk and Western A. So here we go. Obviously, you have your normal table of contents, their social media, advertising the Bluetooth with the Lion Chief. All right, so this is the big thing now, the Lionel Base 3, the Cab 3. So if you guys don't know anything about this, they're essentially trying to get rid of their remotes, and they're going to start doing everything off the phones or the tablets. Although if you have your Lionel Legacy remote, it will be compatible with this. And I believe the older Lionel TMCC remotes will not work, but they are coming out with a TMCC remote that will work in conjunction with this. It's kind of a cool concept with everything kind of being built into the whole box here, and I love the Hellgate Bridge style arch look. It's actually kind of cool now that I've actually seen it. A whole bunch of different features. The app is going to give you every control that the Legacy has, as well as the quilling whistle, the bell, and all kinds of stuff. And it will run, as you can tell, Legacy Train Master Command, Lion Chief Plus 2.0, Lion Chief Plus, regular Lion Chief, and Flyer Chief. So this is pretty much an all-in-one thing. But if you guys are fans of the remotes like I am, you can still use them. This is also going to allow, from now on apparently, every new locomotive that Lionel's going to come out with, to my knowledge, is going to start having 4-digit addressing when they specify it. The ones in this catalog minus the Class A do not. So the Class A has the 4-unit addressing apparently, and the rest of them are still the 2-unit. But let's keep going on here. Gives you some of the features of it: indication lights, push buttons, stuff like that. This is that Legacy Cab 1L remote. So this is basically their older TMCC remote that they've upgraded to work with the Cab 3 option. So it's kind of cool. And some of the features here: built-in Wi-Fi, all kinds of fun stuff. The price isn't as astronomical as I thought it was going to be. I think $500 is pretty fair for what it is, especially if you guys have the existing things and you guys can just add this to there. So let's continue on. This is showing you the Cab 3 apps. So apparently there's 2 apps to this. There's a basic Bluetooth app and a command base. So the command base is like the gangster one. This has all like your quilling whistle and all kinds of stuff like that, all your different functions. And the Bluetooth one is essentially the Lion Chief one on steroids, to my knowledge. So still got the sliders and stuff. The graphics are updated and things like that. All right, here we go. Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes, the locomotives finally. So on this page, obviously they have the 060. I'm not sure what the tooling is on this. I think it's an Atlas O tooling. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but it looks like an Atlas O-ish type tooling. So, and then they're sponsoring their Vision Line Class A on the next page. All right, here we go. So I think these are really cool. Do I think the big hype for the unspecified special feature, do I think the 4-unit addressing justified the amount of secrecy they had? Hell no. Dude, they've been doing 4-unit addressing on HO since the freaking 70s or 80s when Bluetooth, or not Bluetooth, when DCC came out. I think that is a cop-out, but whatever. I kind of get it. How much more can you possibly put in these locomotives? You have dynamo, you have pop-off in some cases, you have main stack, you have whistle, you got blow down. I mean, each Vision line or legacy engine has some kind of crazy new feature. You have the swinging bells. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do. I know some of my buddies and me, we were discussing maybe them having a movable reverse linkage or J-bar linkage, whatever you want to call it. That was originally what we were thinking, and then there was a leak about the 4-unit addressing, and all of us didn't really believe that was going to be the thing, but apparently it was. So these have whistle steam, safety valve steam, the 4-unit addressing, woohoo, and stereophonic rail sounds, which if you guys don't know what that is, that means there's 2 speakers. There's one in the tender and one in the locomotive. So that allows you guys to hear the sounds where they would be appropriate. So if you blow the whistle on the locomotive, the speaker in the locomotive will do the whistle sound, same as the bell and some of the other functions like that. This has the drawbar. What the heck was the name of the drawbar? Can't remember the name of it, but it's got the drawbar where as the locomotive has stress and tension on it, the chuff rate and the chuff sounds actually get deeper and more bassy to emulate a heavier load that the locomotive's being pulled. They have a bunch of different options in this, and I kind of like that they did this in the way of, obviously, the poster child one, the 1218, which is the 90s Excursion one, and stuff like that. Then they have some of the as-builts, and I really personally like the prototype one, where it's unpainted and stuff. So that's actually kind of a cool option. I didn't think that they were going to do that, but that's actually a cool thing. And I'm a sucker for the tall dog houses. I like the tender on this too, because on the Excursion variants, the tender is actually has an extended coal bunker. And the other nice thing about these is, supposedly, where was it? They have a pile headlight, which is kind of a cool option because on the real 1218, it's got the 2 over and under beams for the headlights. So I actually hope they emulate that a little bit better, because on their Legacy 611J, they set a pile headlight and it was a freaking cop-out, man. They just put 2 like clear plastic rods in there and it made it look like a pile. It's not like there were individual like bulbs or something, but I hope they do something a little bit more with this. I think it would be cool. And then they're doing the Excursion Pack. Fingers crossed that they have the colors right, because I know the Norfolk and Western, Norfolk and Southern color schemes that they were doing for a while were so completely whacked out it wasn't even funny. So we have it in, I guess, freight service here with the blackened drivers, a couple different options. The pilot model, the unpainted pilot model, is going to be beautiful. Okay, so here we go. The first fantasy scheme. I don't hate it. I don't like it. I could see it maybe being possible. I like that they didn't do something extreme and stupid where they painted the whole thing that Norfolk and Western blue or the whole Tuscan. I think this is very clean, simple, and straightforward, and I gotta give them that. I think it looks good. Also, I want to talk about the price. Basically, $2,100. I don't think that's really that astronomical for this. I was expecting these things to be like $2,800 or something like that. So I think they're right in the realm for the price. The other thing I want to point out, 054 curves. I would think that an articulated like this, even though it's not, 8 wheels on the drive sets, it would need at least the 72s, but I guess this thing takes 054s, which is kind of cool, especially if you guys have a smaller radius curves on your layout. That's what the name of it is. It's the kinematic drawbar, where, like I said, as the locomotive has more stress put underneath it and stuff like that, the sounds will deepen and the chuffs will be heavier and stuff like that. So here we go. All right, this is another thing everybody was kind of hyped about, these horse cars. I don't get the fascination. They're cool. I get it. I like the fact that they're doing the horse noises like they did with the cattle cars. I personally, if you don't know what these are, they're going to look like a baggage car to you. And from an outside perspective, even people that aren't really super heavy into trains, you're going to look at this and think it's a baggage car. That's just me. So there's nothing really astronomically outstanding about these things being specific horse cars. My one buddy, Bryce, was like, oh my God, I hope they're going to be horse cars. I hope they're going to be horse cars. And there you go, Bryce. They're horse cars. They're what you wanted. 54-inch curves. The Louisville and Nashville one's actually very pretty, but then again, I'm a sucker for anything that's blue like this. I do like that the CP one is Pony Express. The Penzi one, it's got that Penzi olive drab green trucks. The Santa Fe one in like their dark gray scheme is very pretty. The REA is a nice generic scheme. You can run that with anything. I'm hoping that with the sounds that these do, I'm hoping they have like a variable or a quilling horse like Winnie. I think that would be kind of a funny thing. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that because they did it with the cattle cars. So I'm really hoping that these things carry over here. Vision Line stock cars, if you guys don't know what those are, they're essentially the same thing. They make all the different cow noises and stuff like that. These actually have the two level doors, the bi-level doors, so one slides open, one side's closed. You can close them both at the same time. But these are actually kind of cool because these are pigs. So these have pig noises to go with your cow. And this has right here the quilling pig. So I guess you're going to have a quilling pig squeal. This is the other interesting thing. They put electro couplers on these things, like on the locomotives. So I guess you're going to have an option to open the coupler on side A or side B at the other end of the train to separate these from your consist if you choose. And you're going to have one sound-equipped car and two non-sound-equipped. So let's go on to the next one here. Legacy Steam, they just give you an overview of what they got. Okay, the 210-4s. I don't really know a whole lot about the 210-4s. They're cool locomotives. A lot of different railroads had them. Santa Fe, I think, is the poster child railroad for these. No, I'm probably not going to buy these, but if I had to buy one, I think I was originally looking at the black bonnet because Lionel's been nailing it with the black bonnet scheme, even though it is a fantasy scheme. It's been like super high gloss everything, and it just looks freaking awesome. But I think if I was going to get one, it'd be the War Bonds because I'm a big World War II and military nerd, and this is just so freaking cool. I just love this. $1,700, but the price is going up on everything. These monsters do require 72-inch curves, which is pretty big for these, but they are a wide or a long rigid wheelbase to be in a 210-4, and a 3-position smokestack. So I'm assuming you're going to have interchangeable stacks like they had on the Northerns, but it might be something different. We won't know until it gets a little bit closer. It's got whistle steam and things like that, full legacy rail sounds, Bluetooth. So is this necessary? Listen, dude, you don't have to put Pennsylvania on everything. I know Pennsylvania had 210-4s. They didn't look like this. Why is this happening? Like, I don't understand this. This is the rant I'm talking about. This is not necessary to do this in Pennsylvania. I'm sure people are going to buy it, but this is not necessary at all. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next page. Okay, the Berks. Now, we were thinking that they were going to do Berks in this catalog, me and my group. A lot of us were hoping for, traditional 765s or Pure Marquette Lima Berks. But then, I forgot who said it, they were going to be these unique-looking Berks. Now, I'm not upset that they didn't put, like, the Pure Marquette in the 765 because I just bought one of the older TMCC Berks, if you guys watched one of my prior YouTube videos. So I'm not very hurt because now I don't have to go buy a legacy one. I can still have Sid do the install. However, my problem is I'm a sucker for these with these Elco feed water heaters on the front. Like, those feed water heaters look so cool on almost any locomotive, and these are absolutely no exception. You got Boston and Albany, Boston and Maine. The Chicago Northwest, I don't know what is the deal with the front of this thing. It is just the derpiest looking boiler front I've ever seen. Let me turn the camera here so you can see it. Like, look at this boiler front. Duh. I mean, I'm sure it's prototypically accurate to a certain degree, but come on, man. I just feel the Chicago Northwestern logo on the tender, I think this is a little bit too big, but I get these are prototype photos, so they may not look like this. These are a love it or hate it, straight up. These coffin feed water heaters, either you love these or you hate these. There's no in between with these things. But pretty cool. These are definitely different from the normal Berks that you're used to seeing. They are that different that they look cool, and I'm glad that Lionel's bringing them back. And I believe these are the K-line tooling, if I remember correctly. So it's nice to see them with whistle steam and all kinds of stuff. And it's nice to see these, like I said, to be making a comeback. So it's cool to see. Okay, the Atlantics. I've always kind of liked the Atlantics. I think they're cool. Lionel just did these not too long ago. Now, granted, they're not the same Atlantics to my knowledge. I think they're a different class. But, dude, you did not do these that long ago. I mean, you know what? I lied. These are the same things, minus the tenders. Like, one has an oil load and stuff like that. I don't have a lot to say about these. They look really good. They run really good, the Atlantics. I know my buddy RJ, he's a big Southern guy. He's probably going to get the Southern in green, although he might tell me some stuff like it's not prototypical or whatever, but I think it looks slick in green. I don't know why, but I'm really feeling the Wabash, even though it's just black. I'm hoping it's going to be a dark, like a navy blue. The New York Central is cool. New Haven is cool. They're just nice engines. Nice thing, too, is that they run on 031 curves, so if you have a small, tight layout, it's gonna handle it, which is really cool. Okay, the 060s. Like I was saying earlier, I think these are Atlas tooling. I don't know 100%. I think they are. They look like Atlas tooling. So a couple of your road names here. Bethlehem Steel, Frisco. What is this Microsoft Clip Art Frisco logo on? God, that looks cheesy. But I'm trying to take it in stride because, like I said, these are prototype photos. Okay. Penzi. And here's the biggin. Matty C, I know you're losing your mind over this. The Strasbourg 31 is an 060. Now, granted, it's a little bit of a different classification of an 060. I don't hate on Lionel for making it. I'm glad that they did it because it gives the Strasbourg guys a reason to start to collect the roster. But, like, dude, I wish you would have done the B6. At least the drive gear would have looked closer and you could have done a front-mounted headlight. And then what is this, man? Why are we carrying over the Lion Chief style tender? That's die-cast. Why? Like, why? Like, I don't get that. I like the retro paint scheme with the egg. That's really cool. The headlight looks right. The number boards look right. The drive gear and this coal bunker is just, it's just killing me. It's absolutely killing me. But by the same token, I'm trying to understand that they're doing their best, and I applaud them for making it. But you know, Lionel, you know how these Strasbourg people are, and they want everything perfect. Like, everything. I am not a Strasbourg guy, and this annoys me. But it is what it is. It's cool that they're making it. I don't think I'll get one. I know a lot of my buddies are going to get one. I'm already getting the 90. The 90 is really the only one I'm going to care about unless you guys make a 475, which I hope you do because then I love the Norfolk and Western anything. So, and Terminal Railroad Association of St. Louis. This is actually kind of cool. You don't see a lot of Terminal Railroad stuff. And Washington Terminal. These are great if you want to have stuff move around like your yard and stuff. And they're kind of a generic paint scheme to me. And I really kind of like it. I do like that Lionel's going the extra mile and doing the correct fuel bunkers, so they're doing oil and coal and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Something else to note: these don't have whistle steam. These are a tethered drawbar, so it's not wireless. So it is going to have the small tether connecting, which is another reason I think it's an Atlas thing. I know they did this on the B6s, but it's carried over to here, and I get it. It's for more consistent connection with the track. The 040s, these are really cool. I hope to God these are not just the Lion Chief ones that they threw Legacy in, and that's the vibe I'm getting, because I think the detail is really dumbed down on them. Not a lot to say on them. They run tight curves, once again tethered, no whistle smoke, but they have fan-driven smoke. I like the Army one. This is not prototypically accurate, but it's cool, especially with all the different Army stuff that Lionel's been coming out with. Pennsylvania, my dude RJ and my dude Matty C, you guys are going to probably be all over the Long Island one. Bethlehem Steel, that's a popular one, and B&O is, I think, my personal favorite. Now we're going to get into diesels. Now, I'm going to do my best with diesels. I don't know a lot about them, so I'm just going to give my opinions. The Alcos. I personally like Alcos because I like the sounds. I love the way the engine sounds in these things. They just knock and they rattle and they just sound beefy, and I love it. The Alco demonstrator scheme, I really, really think is cool. They did a bang-up job on that. My computer freezing here. There we go. Conrail, Penn Central. My buddy Lolson is a big Penn Central guy. So, I also want to point out, these are MTH tooling, because if you look at the driver figures, my guy, that is an MTH engineer figure, and you're not going to sit there and tell me different. So these are definitely MTH tooling. Not that that's a bad thing, but we know at least it's going to look good, and I'm sure it's going to run just as good. Typical Sioux line. The white with the red always looks pretty slick. Green Bay Western, that looks pretty slick. I like the checkered safety pattern here. That's pretty cool. The SW1s, these are really nice. MTH just came out with these, I believe, not too long ago for their Rail King line. So it's nice to see somebody do them in Legacy. The B&O scheme just looks super slick. The Burlington, I like that they're doing the flashing beacon on top, the SP. What is this? Turtle Creek. Oh, it's kind of unique. I've never even heard of that. I kind of like that. I'm not hating on it. This is a paper corporation. I've never seen this. I've never heard of this. It's different, that's for sure. Lionel, if you're listening to this, if you're gonna make Paper Corp locomotives, please do a Dunder Mifflin fantasy scheme. I would buy that in a heartbeat, because I am a big fan of The Office.
Michael Scott's Dunder Mifflin Scranton Meredith Palmer Memorial Celebrity Rabies Awareness Fun Run Race for the Cure. This is Pam. Pro-Am race for the... They hung up.
Just wanted to put that out there. Once again, pretty sure these are MTH molds because of the drivers in here. That engineer looks like an MTH engineer. So let's move on. ES44s, I think... Are these MTH molds too? No, I don't think so. They did change the headlights from being on the top up here, because a lot of them were on the top. The Eastern Joliet, that one's slick looking. My God, is that thing bright. That's really slick. I like that. Illinois Terminal, that's pretty slick. So far, all these look really cool. Wisconsin Central. Dude, the Canadian one. Oh, yeah, that's gangster. I like that. This is complete fantasy, but I really, really dig this. And I like that they did the date that the U.S. Army was formed before the independence. That's really cool. That is really, really cool. I hope to see maybe some fantasy cars to go with this. I dig that in all black. That looks slick. SD40s, these are classics. The Burlington Northern with the orange. A little bit of a clash for me, but it is a classic engine. The Spirit of 76, anything patriotic always looks cool. They got the beacon lights. These look really good. The Maersk is really cool. I have never heard of Louisville in Indiana, but that is definitely a knockoff Pennsylvania Railroad paint scheme. And I like that it honors the soldiers. That's always a biggie with me. A lot of these veteran engines showing up. I mean, I know they show up in real life too right now, but these are all looking pretty slick. This is a classic. MTH did this a couple of years back, and Lionel had this in TMCC, so it's nice to see this come back out, this Desert Victory engine. This was a pretty popular one, and it looked really cool. SD90s. The prototype photos look horrendous. They look so stretched. I don't have a lot to say about these. I love all these because they're all military-themed schemes. I hope to God they get the color right. MTH screwed up the color on these, apparently. I mean, I looked at them, and the color was really off. But I'm hoping Lionel does better, but I don't have a lot of faith in Lionel's ink and paint department because I've seen, like I said before, some horrendous things. But These are pretty slick. I like these. All right, I like the CP scheme. I don't know if that's a fantasy scheme. It might be a heritage scheme, actually, is it? Yeah, it's heritage. That CP scheme looks good on almost anything with the beaver on the front. I love that. What is this? Oh, a Norfolk and Southern lease unit. That's cool. I like that. Huh. That's pretty interesting. And then what do we got here? San Luis and Rio Grande. Another interesting scheme. Like I said, I don't know a lot about diesels and diesel locomotives and stuff in general. The EMD scheme is always looking slick. But they're pretty cool, I'm not going to lie. Here we go. The F40 Phs. Lionel put these out a while ago, and we've all been waiting for them to come back because MTH made some kick-ass ones. But I thought the Lionel Legacy ones were awesome. And for sure, 100%, I'm getting the Phase 3. I'm a sucker for this paint scheme. I just absolutely love the Phase 3, and I'm probably going to end up getting the 206. But these were just, the quilling horn on it was just so cool. They just were awesome. I love it. And I like the fact that they had the, almost the fixed pilots where they didn't really swivel as much as most of the O-gauge F40 Phs and stuff like that. So, okay, strobe and ditch and emergency lights they're going to have. The only problem with these is these need 054 curves, whereas if you looked at a regular MTH one, they would run on 036. I like the newer scheme here. This is actually, I think, supposed to be a Cabbage Car? No, it's not. I thought that was maybe a big door, but it's just the rendering looks kind of crappy. That's slick. The Phase 4 is slick. These things look good, Nate. The Veterans one is really cool. I like that. I know my one buddy RJ's got this already in, I believe, Premier Line on his layout. These are cool. I think they're incredibly overpriced. I don't know if this is accurate, but I want an observation car, man. Like, how are you going to do this with no observation car? I know Amtrak, some of the stuff they do is ghetto and they just don't care. And as trains progressed, they didn't care about observation cars. But, like, I'm a sucker for traditionalism. And, like, I want an observation car. But it is what it is. The 4-car set is, I guess, a couple of coaches or a sleeper with the dome car, baggage car. You got the 2-car add-on set and the Station Sounds Diner, which is classic. They need 054 curves. Kinematic couplers. Okay, these kinematic couplers. My buddy Johnny, which is Automus Trains, that's his YouTube. He has the Denver and Rio Grande ones of these with the kinematic couplers. And these things look banging on the straights. They look so good. When they make a curve that's tight, it gives me heartburn. They look freaking terrible on curves because of the way the couplers swing out. But if you're running them on straights, man, they look realistic. On tighter curves, if they run an 054, dude, they look terrible. It's just, if you're going to have these running on curves, put them away from where you can see them because they just kill the entire illusion. But other than that, they look great and they're nice looking cars. Me personally, I think $900 is a little overpriced, especially for stuff that has no passenger figures or nothing in it. In fact, what did the... Okay, so these jumped up to $400, the Station Sound Diners. And then this is $450. Okay, so the diners went up. I mean, obviously everything went up. That's kind of a given. Okay, this was the other thing I was debating. I didn't know if I wanted to get the Amtrak one or the CSX one. I think I'm going to get the Amtrak one just because Amtrak's going to be easier to find cars for. And the business train, CSX changes that crap all the time. Although I do love CSX's homage to the B&O scheme, and I think that's really slick. And I like how they give you the theater car here and the generator car with the sounds, which is kind of cool. And the locomotives look beautiful. These things in real life look slick, and I hope that they do these with a glossy scheme. Personally, I really do. I like the observation car 2-pack. If you guys want to get observation cars, here you go. Lionel sells a 2-pack. You can just buy observation cars. And then, what is this? The Station Sounds Diner once again. So, really cool. Really slick looking scheme. The sad part is you have to get both of these engines. You need CSX1 and CSX2 at least, because they look so good back to back with this scheme. I've seen the real ones, and they just look so slick, and I'm glad that Lionel's doing them. So the Rio Grande Ski Train, same thing. My buddy Johnny, like I said, he's got this set with the fancy observation car, and they look good with the kinematic couplers on straights, but as you get into curves, they look horrendous. But this is the ski train. Johnny, it's all you, homeboy. Put an order in, man. Get some more cars. It's all you. And here we go. Okay, so these are the Cabbage Cars. If you guys don't know what these are essentially the F40 Phs with no motor in them. They do all the sounds and everything, and they're meant to emulate an end of train, so basically a cab car. So you're going to have all the horn and bell and stuff like that. But the unit on the opposite end, if you're putting these, like, let's say with another F40 Ph, that's going to be your motive power. It's going to be pushing from the rear like the rear one. But it's got the roll-up door on it, lights, sounds, and all that stuff. So these are kind of cool. I would never buy one, because if I'm going to get an F40 Ph, I want an F40 Ph that runs. But they're kind of cool nonetheless. F7s, the Santa Fe Yellow Bonnet, and what is this, Lehigh Valley? Looking slick. F units are just, they're classic. They never go out of style. Super bass Bs, and they even have powered Bs, so you can do an A, B, B, A. I'm thinking that these things are going to have kind of like a knockoff plated side, just from the color difference. I hope they do. I hope Lionel can nail the plating down like the MTH stuff has been doing, because if they could do it, their legacy units are going to be so slick if they do a good plating unit on there. LED lighting, legacy and Bluetooth. Sound in the lead unit only. Okay, smoke, pretty cool. SP, Sioux, Union Pacific. I like the daylight scheme on these. They look cool. God, is this an obnoxious paint scheme. Good God. I've seen pictures of the real ones. And it's ugly in real life. And it's ugly in a model to me. Maybe they'll grow on me. I don't think they're going to grow on me anytime soon. But, I mean, it's different. I mean, I guess if you want the tourist railroads, these will fill the gap. I mean, the purple and the yellow, it's just not my thing. They're cool, but it's just not my thing. What it is cool about these is this has the A unit, and it comes with a super bass B unit, so you don't have to buy that option. And then here we go. This is going to be the big one that everybody wants, the Reading and Northern with the Marlboro scheme. These just look cool. They look awesome, but they're identical, just different paint schemes. God, these pink cars. Holy crap, bro. Like, God. Whatever. Like I said, I'm not going to hark on it. It's not for me, but it's different. I'll give them that. Maybe it'll grow on me, but I doubt it. This is cool. The ore train. Okay. This is, I really like this. Not only did I already like the Bessemer and Lake Erie scheme, the orange and the black. It looked really cool to begin with. But, dude, 12 ore cars with this freaking beast? Damn, bro. That's a really cool set. Very, very cool. What are they asking for this? $1,600. I mean, obviously it went up, but you get a whole lot of train, and you get these two beautiful F units. And one has Legacy in it, and one has the Super Bass Legacy, which is kind of cool. That's a really cool set. If I was going to get a set, I think it might be this one, to be honest with you. That's really, really cool. But I'd want to add another 2 packs of 6 ore cars to really get obnoxious with it. That's slick. I like that. Holy NASA, Batman. So, if you guys don't know, MTH did this a while back, and I think that these are MTH molds, these booster cars. I don't know. The catalog just came out, so I have no idea. But I'm getting an MTH vibe from them, just the way that the covers lift off and things like that. This is a monstrous set. How many cars do you get in this thing? So, like, 12 cars plus the coach? Oh, my. So, 12 cars in the coach. Whew. I want the car separate. $225. Minkya. These are MTH 100%. These are really slick. I like it. And I like that these have the clearance, I guess, bars on them. That's really cool. These are the buffer cars, if you guys don't know what they are. They're just to provide safety between the booster sections, God forbid the train was in a collision or something like that. It's got the removable loads that you can assemble into the rocket booster, which is really freaking cool. $1,700. I don't think that's that astronomical, but that is really, really cool. This is cool. Black River and Western. I thought they had steam on the Black River, but I could be wrong. I like this. This is really nice for $1,100. That's pretty slick. The only thing I'm kind of trying to... Okay. So I wonder if these are new molds, or maybe they probably just changed the truck. So we got 6-wheel heavyweights, then we got 4-wheel heavyweights. So I'm wondering if these are either A, new molds, or B, they just changed the trucks. They're probably going to just change the trucks. The 2 18-inch coaches, the 1 combine, and the SW1. That's a cool little set. I like that a lot. I'll probably get that. If I was going to get one, I'd probably get that. The anniversary set, this is slick. With a tuxedo scheme, damn, that looks really slick. The extended caboose, that's really cool. Really, really cool. I wonder if I'm betting this is going to be a glossy scheme too. I really like that. That's cool. I'd like to see them do more of those with like different railroads. Kinematic pilot, that's cool that they're putting that on there. Okay, so it's got the illuminated flag on the box car. Rotating bearing caps, whatever it is, what it is. Coil Cars got the hood that removes. It's a pretty nice little set. Caboose has smoke. All right. I like that. For what they're asking, I don't think that's that absurd. That's pretty cool. Oh, this is the cream of the crop. These are the ones I like. So the wooden coaches, these are obviously, if you guys don't know, these are the MTH molds that they got. I don't get the point of maintenance of way. If I'm going to buy it, I'm going to buy it to repaint it. Flat out. I mean, they're technically in primer gray already, I guess, but I don't see how maintenance of way would have an observation car unless it's an inspection train. But these are nice to see. And these are for sure the old MTH molds because these guys still have the interior figures in them, so they're still using all the old MTH stuff. 042 curves, that's a lie. Those take 036 because mine take 036. They look terrible, but they take it. Scale coupler compatible. Okay, so you could probably put KDs on here. That's a pretty nice option, but that's the MTH option. These all had coupler mounting pads. Maintenance of way. New York Central and Hudson River. That's great. So if you guys have the Empire State Express with the 440, you could still get cars for it, which is absolutely phenomenal. These are really slick. I like these. $450. The price went up. I think when the MTH sets came out, they were $459 for four cars or 3 cars. I think it was 1, 2. Yeah, I think it was 4 cars. Then they changed to 3 cars later on. So whatever, Lionel, you guys want to monopolize. I get it. It's cool. Upgrade the price. I will for sure pay for this stuff. Southern. These would look good with the Atlantic. I'm pretty sure that's where they're going here with this, is the Atlantic. I like the Southern. The green looks beautiful. The Wabash looks good. Ooh, I like the freaking pinstriping. That's pretty slick. I like that. This is the one I'm for sure getting, is the chapel car. If you guys don't know, I'm big into the 18th and 19th century railroads and locomotives, and this is kind of a unique thing, and I've read up some stuff on these chapel cars. It's pretty cool. I think it's different. I want to get it for a couple of personal reasons. One, we have a family priest because we're Catholic, and I think this would be kind of a funny joke for him. And my stepmom actually owns a funeral home. She's a mortician, so this is another fun thing, and I'm sure she would find it interesting. Plus, I just think it's different, so I'm for sure going to get the chapel car. That's going to be a thing, 100%. I hope they do special interiors in the chapel car. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm pretty sure they're just going to put freaking seats, but I hope they put like a little altar or some little halfway decent thing to change the interior up. 2-bay hopper packs. These are nice. These have always been nice. Norfolk and Western. Pennsy. Pennsylvania Coal Corporation. Virginian. Westmoreland. West Pennsylvania Power Company, Borough of Mines. Borough of Mines? I can't even pronounce that, whatever. What the This is a money grab. I don't know. I've never heard of this. I'm not saying it didn't exist, because it definitely did. But, dude, what? Like, it's like Lionel's like, you know, we got some more heavyweights left over. Let's make something just random. Oh, I got a great idea. This is the paint scheme we should do. Let's just paint them primer gray and put Borough of Mines on them, or however you pronounce it. $500. Y'all are crazy for something random like this. Coil Cars. Pretty sure these are MTH. Could be wrong, though. They got the coil loads. What's with graffiti and everything? Like, my one buddy DJ for DJ's Trains, he does beautiful graffiti work, and I'm 90% sure the Lionel graffiti is going to look doo-doo caca. But it is what it is. Husky stacks. What are they asking for these things? Oh, $170. Dear God. What? Whatever. More graffiti. Why? Okay. Illuminated flag boxcars. We're carrying these over. These have always been kind of cool to me, these illuminated flag boxcars with the LEDs. RIP Montana Rail Link. Y'all are a fallen flag. Oops. UP for the Desert Storm locomotive. I like that. That's cool. Just regular Southern end door boxcars. These are always kind of unique, the way the doors opened on the end and you had the side slide doors. Those were always pretty cool. 31 curves for these, so that's kind of nice. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Bobber Cabooses from MTH that are now owned by Lionel. 027 curves. If these things took any more than 027, I would laugh, but it's not even possible. B&O. Ma and Pa, Maryland and Pennsylvania. That's nice to see. Oh, Northern Central. I didn't even notice that. I'll probably end up getting this because I like the Northern Central Railway and I like the York 17. The Strasburg, I'm sure somebody's going to get. Strasburg is always big, and United States Military Railroad. That's pretty interesting, too. So I'm wondering if maybe they're setting up for doing brass hybrids of the military locomotives from the 1800s. I know it's not accurate, but I'm starting to smell something like that. That maybe that's where they're gearing towards. The bay window cabooses, these are the same. 031 curves. Bearing caps, no smoke, but they look good. They got some of the CP ones to match the locomotives. Ore cars, rotary gondolas. So these have the rotary couplers. If you have the old Lionel rotary gondola station, kind of cool. Nothing big for me. They don't really interest me. And the ore cars, they always look good. String of ore cars. Standard O. So these are like the 027 style or Lion Chief or MTH Rail King style cars. They're a little bit more compressed in some cases, so the detail ain't as much. But the wood load cars are pretty cool. Center beam cars. You got the standard good old fashioned insulated box cars and I-beam load cars. Pretty cool. What are the prices? What are they? $55. All right, those are pretty good. Standard box cars, standard gondolas. Here we go, Lion Chief sets. There's always something really goofy and weird in here. Gives you a little bit of info on the universal remote and stuff like that. The features. Okay, so they're bringing back their Pacifics. This is nice. The Denver and Rio Grande with the green boiler. That looks pretty slick. I don't think Denver and Rio Grande ever had a Pacific, but whatever. The B&O looks nice. Reading and Northern. If you're not looking to buy a $1,000 Reading and Northern Pacific, here's your quick cop-out. They had the older scheme. I'm glad that they're going to do the newer scheme, although I hope they change the blue to something darker. I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm just going to pass that because it's like the guys at Lehigh Valley were like, yo, let's paint a Pacific, but we low-key really like Santa Fe. So what are we going to do? And here's what you're going to get. The Wish version of the Santa Fe Super Chief for the Northeast. That's what this is. So, let's keep moving. Okay, so more of their Hudsons. I like the Greyhound scheme. Doesn't belong on a Hudson, but I like it. the traditional Lionel lines. That's always an easy fix with that. You can always run that with anything. These all have the Lionel voice command now, so you can talk into your Lion Chief remote or app, and you can say, go forward, and the train will go forward, as if they can't make people any lazier. But there you go. Santa Fe, Milwaukee Road. These are pretty nice, GP20s. The Lion Chief diesels are not bad. I know a lot of people overlook them, but they're pretty slick. They run well. Oh, here we go. MTH Doodlebugs. This is cool. I like this. Man, a lot of Maryland and Pennsylvania stuff. I guess that's pretty popular. These are pretty slick. Exhaust, command, directional lighting, electro couplers. $400. I think that's right on par with what MTH was. Those I think are going to be popular. These are the old MTH Genesises, the Rail King Genesises. The anniversary scheme slick. These are all slick. The Pepsi scheme. All these are 50th schemes. These always look really good. $550. I think that's like $100 more than what MTH had them for. They're pretty cool. I like them. They're a little bit more compressed because they're technically Rail King or now Lion Chief. So, but they got smoke and stuff too. So these are always a nice little option, especially if you want a Genesis and you don't have a big layout and you want the look. Okay, so we got more Phase 5 schemes, more anniversary schemes, traditional Phase 3. I think that's the best looking one, or the Wave. This is really cool. I'm glad they did this, because if you guys remember, they did the one with the HHP8 with these type of cars. And it's nice to see that they're doing a set. And the cool part about this is it has the cab car at the back, which is nice with the flashing light. I like that a lot. Red marker lights, and they run all 031 curves, which is even great. Fan-driven smoke, all that stuff. What I don't like is what they're asking for this. $1,000. Okay, the engines are $500 or $550. Maybe the cars could be equal to that. In fact, I'll have to see what the cars are. I just think $1,000 is a lot, and you people don't even give us track. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. But it's nice to see them taking the place of the HHP8 set, because that was kind of an underappreciated set in my opinion. I do like it though. It's cool. It's way overpriced for stuff that's not scale. So what do the cars cost? $400. I mean, I guess it's fair. These are pretty cool though. I'm thinking that these are MTH molds, because I think they were the only ones that had these Amfleet cars. $400 for 2 cars. Yeah, so this is the cab car you're getting in the set with the Genesis, with the windows on the one end and the flashing strobe and stuff. These are cool. My one buddy was talking to me about how much they were this morning, and he was like, I want a damn cab car. Well, Bryce, this is the only way you're getting a cab car, so bada bing, bada boom, unless you find one online. Anything special? Strobe light, driver figure, headlights, 036 curves. They're pretty slick. I'm glad they're doing these again. Oh, dude. I knew it. I knew they got the Bantam, the old MTH Bantam molds. So they got the little 686 turbine with a couple of cars. Lion Chief Plus 2.0. Listen, stop lying. This is not new tooling. These are MTH tooling that you people bought. Technically, I guess, yes, it is new tooling to you, but it's not new tooling. It's the old MTH tooling. So you got the engine, the tender. I'm sure it's got smoke, all that fun stuff. Lion Chief. A couple of nice cars. What are we asking for this? Where the heck's the price? There we go. $800. Considering you could get the engine with the cars from MTH for $450 back in the, I don't want to say back in the day, but like in the late 2000s. This is asinine. Asinine how expensive this is. It is cool to see this back, because I know a lot of people did hate these little Bantam things, but I always thought they were kind of cool. But I think it's way overpriced, but it is what it is, especially with Lionel nowadays. No track, no transformer, so you're literally buying the locomotive and the cars, so you have to have existing stuff at home. These are bringbacks, the nickel plate road set and the Penzi Berks set. Freaking Thomas. Toy Story. It is what it is. Disney cars. This is cool. I like the Monsters Inc. cars. it has sound, I guess, and the LEDs illuminate on the side. That's kind of cool. My buddy Maddie's doing a Monsters Inc. flat car that I've been helping him with, so that's kind of a cool add-on. Disney Pixar cars, The Incredibles. Dude, Lionel leans on these aquarium cars for freaking everything. Inside Out. I have the Frozen set. I love the stupid set. I did a video on it. Go watch it if you haven't. It's hilarious. John Deere doesn't do it for me. It is what it is. Harry Potter, same deal. They're just selling separate cars now, and now I think they took the Dementor car out. Because originally they came with a Dementor. Oh, no, it doesn't. So you can buy 2 Dementor cars, plus another add-on coach. So the Dementor sounds can be twice as annoying instead of 1 time as annoying. Because I've heard this thing run. These sounds are just aggravating. They're just obnoxious, and oh, God, I hate the Dementor car. What the heck is this? Oh, Halloween. Okay. Halloween. RBP Chris. I think that this is going to be your favorite section. Oh, yeah, Chris, bro. You're set, bro. They got a Halloween doodle bug. You need to get on this, homie. You're good. That'll look great with the camelback. Hell, you could do a whole camelback train. Oh, dude, yeah. Chris, if you don't buy some Halloween stuff, we're no longer friends. I like the NASA stuff. I like this. The post-war rocket launch pad. This is cool. And they did the smoke and stuff, so that's neat. I like the NASA set. I wish they would have done an SW1500 because the Railroad Museum I'm at, the NASA locomotive is an SW1500 that they were using with the shuttle program, so that would have been a cool little nod, but I do like that. I don't care about the Budweiser set. I do care about this brewery. This looks pretty cool. I like this. LED interior and lighted sign. Oh my God, so much Budweiser. All right. For sure. You people know me. I'm getting this. I don't care. I know they're crappy generals, but I like that they're trying to do a correct paint scheme. I know this is not what the real general looked like, but I like that they're doing a paint scheme, and I like that they're doing the general and the Texas with a remote. I'm hoping it's going to have some special packaging. I'm for sure getting that, and obviously Lionel got the 19th century freight car molds, which is kind of cool. So I'm for sure getting this. $220 I think is completely fair for these cars. These were nice little cars, especially with the arch bar trucks and stuff like that. And I'm excited for these. I know they're cheap, and I know I have so many other expensive engines, but I'm stupid excited for these things. Especially that you get a Lionel universal remote too. That's always been a cool thing. So Lionel mixed freight, Union Pacific, C&O. This is another holdover. Penzi Flyer. Dude, with the freaking graffiti. Why? What is this? A railroad from freaking Grand Theft Auto? Mid-National Line? This looks like something in the video game. What is this? Oh, you guys are just bored. Either that or you're running out of ideas. Okay, I like the firefighter set. The emergency response set. That's pretty cool. MTH Firehouse with the moving fire truck. That's pretty cool. What are they asking for this now? $330. Okay. Not bad. Fire set's cool. I like that. This set is actually really slick. We have the older one, and Lionel's starting to do something with their paint because it's looking a little bit more reflective in chrome, and I'm hoping they're going to improve that even more on the legacy locomotives. But it's nice that they're adding more add-on cars, so you could get the original Vista Dome, and then you can get the other ones. You can have total cars, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars total. That's pretty cool. I wish they would sell another dummy A unit. That would be pretty slick if they did that. The Army train, totally fantasy, but still really cool in my opinion. The Minuteman car, this is an old post-war holdover where the missiles inside the boxcar. I think Russia made this in real life. And it was a few months ago, but Russia made it in real life, and there were people making memes about it. It was kind of funny. The cannon car, the missile car. Yeah, these are cool. I don't know what did CSX sponsor this submarine? Is that why the colors are like this? Like, come on, man. This is not the Navy. This is CSX that's like, hey, we should sponsor a submarine, and this is what we came about right here. A CSX sponsored submarine. Like, everything else is olive drab green and black and gray. Why are you doing this blue? Unless you're going to do it a dark blue. But then what is this Paul Walker Fast and the Furious Supra graphics on the side here? Just make the thing gray. Put U.S. Navy. Make it gray and just put U.S. Navy. $90. Come on. You're killing me. For a battery-operated sub. Okay, so these are all post-war molds that they're doing. These are nice to see. I like the Ford Motor Company one. It's probably going to break down every 5 minutes because it's Ford. Penzi. I like the U.S. Marine Corps one, and I like the Santa Fe one. The U.S. Marine Corps one's actually pretty slick in the yellow. I like that. The Dash 8s. Nice paint schemes on them. I actually took one of these apart at work, and I got to say, the internals of them, they seem super cheap. I don't know if they've changed it on these, but they seemed super chintzy. U-boats, not bad. Trolleys, what is this? First Avenue Rapid Transit. Okay, that's cool. Why? Oh my God, it's got underglow. Oh, I didn't notice it had. Why are you putting underglow? What is this? Is Universal Studios sponsoring this? You guys gonna make a Vin Diesel trolley next? Bro, come on, man. For 130. So a $30 difference justifies underglow with disc. Yo, Lionel, you need to fire somebody in your design department. Hire me, please. Looney Tunes cars, okay. Batman. Angela Trotta Thomas. God, that lady's been around forever now. She always makes stuff. Ford and Chevy stuff. How about some Mopar stuff? We're loving on Ford and Chevy, but no Mopar. I like the pinup cars and the Army cars. These have always been cool. Although almost $100 for a box car is a lot. But I get it. They're made in the USA, so you got to pay a little bit more. Okay, patriotic stuff. I'm willing to bet this has, yep, it's got illuminated fireworks, Battlefield Honor Collection. What is this? Okay, so this is the Berlin Wall. That's pretty, what the hell? Oh, okay, so we got the USS Langley and the Enterprise. Oh, the Lex, that's got all the, that's got 4 of our main battle carriers for a while. Okay, so Omar Bradley, Patton, that was pretty slick. Okay, they're really expanding on these. I kind of like that. President cars. Stop making president cars. That little Mikado cannot pull anymore. You guys are like at 30-something car. It's not gonna pull anymore on any type of slope. Like at all. If you face a fan in front of that locomotive, it will not be able to move forward because of how much weight you people are adding. Stop doing president cars. It doesn't have the power. Train of Tomorrow boxcar, that's pretty slick. Rockville Bridge. 160th anniversary car, I like that. That's cool with the 119. I probably will maybe get this. The Great Locomotive Chase car. I like that. Whatever. I'm not even going to say it. Oh my God, they're going nuts with these personalization cars. Okay, Christmas, obviously. Polar Express. I don't hate this. I would have preferred you guys put it in a heavyweight car. Could put the sound. But I don't hate it. I hate the cheap snow that you people paint on the roofs. That looks horrendous. Just leave it black. The snow looks cheap. Okay, that flickering fire. What the hell is the difference? Okay, one's got the cheap snow, one doesn't. Bro, y'all are milking this Polar Express. Good God. What is this, a present car? Okay, so ejects presents. I mean, whatever, dude. The Polar Express doesn't do it for me that much. It is what it is. God, how many, man? Mickey stuff. What the hell is this? The Christmas Express. I like the red. I'm hoping it's a high gloss or a metal flake red. This is a badass set. We have this at the hobby shop, and this thing is slick. I really like it. I don't know how I feel about the light up track, but I really like the set. This is a really cool set. They did a great job with this. The Berk is beautiful with the paint. Okay, Christmas Express, separate sale locomotives. What in the... Can't you guys do a color break here? Can't you put black or something? This confused me. It's like it wants to be a pacemaker locomotive, but it's not sure. Okay, North Pole Central Vision Line reindeer car. I like that. But unless you're running the K4s or one of their scale engine, this is going to look stupid behind anything that's small. Christmas, lighted bridges. That's pretty slick. Storehouses, dealerships. No Mopar. Why are we hating? No Mopar. I'm just going to run through these if there's anything in. These are MTH molds 100%, as is this. So all these are pretty much MTH stuff. I like these. I'm pretty sure these are MTH. These are the old school mercantile buildings. I like that. I hope they do more of those. Coal loading. MTH barn. Train orders. Building. That's pretty slick. The MTH city buildings are pretty good. I've seen this in person. This looks cheap with the stupid fiber optics sticking out of it. Towing auto service, passenger station, pump, illuminated flag, the fast track, bridges. This Rico station, man, that thing's been around since dirt. Special trolley announcement track. I got news for you. Nothing goes great with this trolley. There is not a thing on this earth that goes great with this trolley right here. So stop lying. That's pretty cool. Typical signals. Yeah, they're pretty consistent with their signals and their telephone poles and stuff like that. Some advertisements and stuff, but all right, guys, that's it. That's my entire overview of the Lionel 2022 catalog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun watching the video because, like I said, I do have some twisted opinions on things. And, you know, not everybody always agrees with me, but it is what it is. I have my own opinions. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found something that you liked, and have a great day.